Hi, friends. Hi, let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, that chair came in super late. Hi, friends. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out with me if you happen to be watching. Super excited to be with you all today. For those who don't know me, my name is Corey Weathers. I'm super excited, super excited to be with you. One more chair, one more time. Yeah, one more chair, one more time. We're back. We're live. For those who don't know me, I have the distinct privilege and pleasure of being a member of the Atlassian developer relations team. I support our product that we have at Atlassian called Atlassian Forge. And so I said, hey, we're doing some fantastic things. Let me just light up a stream and see how this goes. So I'm glad to be with you today, yeah? Yeah? One more cheer, one more time. I was talking, so shout out to my fantastic manager, Danielle. She's hanging out in the chat there on LinkedIn. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. I have not, I'm going to be really honest. I did not do a lot of preparation. This was very much I know I need to do this, so we're going to light it up and we're going to have a good time as we do it. And so, if some things break, let me know in the chat. I won't take it personally. If some things work really well, let me know in the chat. I definitely would appreciate it. And let's just have a little bit of fun. Yeah? The other bit, so today is, again, I told you I didn't prepare. Today is one of these weird days where one of my children is actually homesick. Yeah. 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 So, okay. Okay. Yeah. So if for some reason I tell you I have to be right back, if for some reason I tell you, hey, I'm just going off camera because we don't allow the kids to be on camera, I will absolutely be right back. We're doing some things to make sure that one of the small ones is doing well. Yeah. I love that we've got folks just joining us all over the place. We've got friends on Twitch jumping into comments. We've got friends on LinkedIn jumping into comments. We've got friends on YouTube starting to jump into the comments. I usually do a thing, so let me just do this, and I'm gonna pull this up now, right? So if this is your first time joining, please don't be shy. Definitely say hi. Let's give a nice warm welcome to all of our friends joining us across all the places around the world. And I'm talking about the virtual world, yeah? Yeah? Yeah. It's good to see. Oh my gosh, I've seen some folks who have not seen in a while. Look at that, Gary Hawken. Gary, it's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, my friend Gary. I don't know if I can share where you're at, Gary, but my friend Gary, who I've spent some time working with in a previous role, Jay Miller's in the house. Where's the air horn? I gotta get the air horn for that guy. Yeah, Jay Miller's in the house. I see Brandon's in the house. Brandon, it's good to see you, man. It's good. These are just friends, right? So it's good to have all the friends joining. Frackberg's here. Danielle is here. Danielle's my manager. Shout out. I love that I get support. I'm gonna take that for the win. Yeah, it's good to have you all joining us. It is really good to have you all joining us. Now, some of you who have been followers of my pages or have connected with me, whether in person or virtually, you all know that I have been in the middle of sort of a career change or a job change, right? Some of you have known me from my time at Microsoft. Some folks have known me from my time at Twilio. Some folks from my time at Okta. We legitimately have been, doing and growing and getting some new career experiences. And so I'm incredibly grateful to my fantastic team that I work with at Atlassian. We really are doing some fantastic things. A lot of folks don't realize this, but we have a fun platform called Forge, which you can use to extend Atlassian products. Now, I don't know any developer. Okay, this is probably a bad generalization, so I may get slapped on the wrist for this. Okay, so I don't know many developers who have not touched an Atlassian product at some point in their career. Y'all let me know in chat. If you've never touched an Atlassian product at some point in your career, let me know. Because most developers that I've connected with have at least touched Jira. They understand, whether it's a pain or a pleasurable experience, they've at least touched Jira. So I want to spend some time bringing the goodness that is Forge to developers. Now, there's a couple of things going on. I told y'all I didn't prep, so you got to bear with me. Let me change my screen. I'm so much better at this when I'm practiced. Okay. So let me change my screen. This is also the wrong thing. Hold on one second. This is a hot mess over here. We're doing some things live and in real time. Bear with me, friends. Bear with me. Okay. So yeah, let me fix that, and then let me fix this behind. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Can I do? Yeah. I can do that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that. Okay, there we go. Now I actually look like I'm doing something. So I'm looking in the comments. My friend Jay on YouTube has joined in and said, hey, Jira and Trello are the two that they've used, and Bitbucket a long time ago. I'm just going to do this the way most developers would, which is I support a product called Forge. I'm just going to search for Forge. And I'm using Bing, don't boo me. I'm using Edge, don't boo me, because I'm on a Windows machine. Okay, so all things Forge. It is Atlassian's development platform, right? Whether you're going to use it for Jira or Confluence or Bitbucket, you can use it to extend any of these products. Now, what's interesting is we have a specific path that we want folks to go down with. And many folks don't even realize that you can use it with all of these additional Atlassian products, right? But legitimately, it is one of these things that it's super simple to get started. And today, okay, so now I'm going to share some more. I am a .NET developer. Many people who've watched my content over the years have come to me for a number of different things .NET. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't know how to build in other languages or frameworks. In fact, for a long time, we've had a famous sort of love, not love, because I don't want to say hate, love, not love relationship with JavaScript. Well, there's so much that's happening with Forge that I must use JavaScript. So we are now bringing JavaScript to the channel. God, help me. But because of this, and because of AI, we're going to spend some time today playing around with Forge's MCP server, which actually just came out. So I'm very excited about that. Let me spend a little bit of time introducing Forge, introducing why Forge, introducing how Forge, and then we're going to talk a little bit about all things in Forge MCP. And as I told you, I didn't prepare. So all of this I'm doing is like for the first time. If something breaks, I mean, this is the joy of live streaming, okay? So here's the story. It is a platform that's hosted on Atlassian's cloud platform. There's a ton that comes with that. You obviously get scale, you obviously get security, you obviously get a number of components that make it easy for you to be able to build and run and host in a performant way on Atlassian's cloud platform. I tend to think of it as, a lot of folks think of serverless, right? And they think of Lambda, or in my case, because I do a lot with the Azure platform, they think a lot of Azure functions, right? I like this, right? Which says, hey, with Forge, you're in control of how and when your data leaves the Atlassian cloud. As a functions as a service platform, Forge takes care of authentication, identity, scaling, and tenancy. Right? So that way, if you're building an app and you want multiple customers to be able to use it, and those customers need to have their data to be siloed, look, it's right there, right smack dab. So instead of me talking, let's just go get started. Let me go see. Oh, yeah, get started. Okay. And before I do anything, I saw my friend Janisku joined. Welcome to the stream, Janisku. Good to have you joining us on Twitch. Our friend Janisku said CLIs everywhere. You cannot do anything without getting the CLI installed, right? So to get started using Forge, you must install the CLI, log in with an Atlassian API token. We will probably get a token. I will probably not show that on stream just to not dox myself. But after we get that token and we authenticate in the CLI, we will then create an Atlassian developer site. If only I knew how to freaking highlight. We will create an Atlassian developer site that has Confluence and Jira applications installed so that you really get to understand how this actually works, okay? Let me go do some things. Oh, yeah. We've got a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'll talk about these things. When it's time to pay the bills, so it's 10 minutes past the hour. At about the halfway mark, we'll stop and pay some bills, okay? I'll do a couple of shout outs. We'll check in on a couple of marketing things for work. I will go check in on the child because we don't want the child to be alone by themselves for too long. And then I'll be back, okay? Halfway past the hour. Don't let me forget y'all. Y'all are really good about this. Also, I'm on a Windows machine, so we're following the Windows instructions. But how cool is that? That we actually have Windows instructions? Because, a lot of people often just assume that all developers use a Mac, which I think is a fail. So shout out to Atlassian, yes. Okay, so let me go do some things. It clearly says, let me make this bigger first. Okay, then it says, hey, in this video, we're gonna do some things. We're not gonna watch the videos. Shout out to my colleague and coworker, Lars Clint, amazing YouTuber. Make sure you will follow him. Really, really, really good guy. It says we have to download the Node.js, the LTS version of Node.js. Now, I have Node on my machine, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, I do. I have 25.1, right? So that's good. I will probably let me do something. Every time I code on stream, I forget to start Docker because I like to use dev machines. I talk about this all the time. I really do, because I really don't like having to install everything. We could probably include some instructions in here on how to do that, right? But I'm making sure that I have Docker running because I never. Yeah, sure enough. Look. It would have been the moment that I tried to do this, and then here we go. See? So yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna install the Forge CLI. Blah blah blah. To do that, yeah. Okay. Copy, paste. Okay, let's try that again. Copy, paste. Okay. If only I had patience. Who has patience? It's craziness. Oh man. Okay, so this is doing the install thing. You can see it's doing everything live. If for some reason this breaks, we're gonna be troubleshooting. Our friend Jay Miller said we're vibe streaming. Yeah, we may be vibe troubleshooting too. Wait, where's my drum? There you go. All right, so this is doing what it's doing. When that finishes, what do we do next? Oh, verify that we have Forge installed by just running the command. I'll probably restart the terminal at that point. And then I can come in here. Yeah, maybe I can start some of this now. So let me hit that link. It's gonna ask me to log in with an Atlassian account. I don't have one, so I'm gonna create one. Usually, I'm probably going to do this with passkeys, right? Because I like that I can continue with one of the trusted ID providers. So I'm probably going to do something with a passkey locally on my machine. Wait, what happened? Oh my God, look at this. Whoa. Remember I told y'all this was not going to go well? Remember I told y'all this was not going to... So if only I planned, right? Where's my boo? So watch this. New major version of NPM available. Look how far behind I am. This is how you know I'm not a JavaScript developer. 7.15.1 up to 11.6.2. Get it together, Corey. Get it together. Okay. Let's do it. Jesus. Can't believe it had to shame me like this. And thanks for joining. Our friend, my colleague, who's a fantastic advocate, who I'm learning from so much. Bree Hall has joined us on Twitch. Welcome to the stream, Bree. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Okay, we're going to do this command one more time. This is so crazy. And the sad part is, I actually write Forge code on this machine all the time, but I don't do it on the Windows machine. I always do it in a Linux environment because that's how I code in VS Code when you have to do things with Node, because it's a better experience. But don't do that again, Corey. Now my boss is watching. She's gonna probably be like, "Are you sure you're writing code?" Oh man, let's see how this rolls. In the meantime, we're gonna let that do what that does, and then no wait, I meant to create an account. Okay, create an account, and I want to do it with Microsoft. Okay, now this is the moment where, because I'm doing some credentialed things, you're only gonna see my face. So hold on, let me switch to that and switch it to my face so that I don't dox myself. So just give me 1 second as I am doing some things in the background. You will just have to trust me, I promise you. Because I don't want to end up putting out things in the public. The good thing is, because I'm using the passkey, even if I did, you couldn't get the information. But okay, yeah. Okay, go there. Go there. Okay, sure, yeah, And now I'm agreeing to things behind the scenes. Oh, and now I have to enter a verification code. So I'm glad that I'm doing this off screen, because I have to pull up my email. And I would really suck if I shared all of my personal emails with you all. But yes, okay, here we go. Let's put the verification code in. And once we finish this, then I can pull us back on screen. If only I can type the verification code correctly. Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. Let me close that out. And now let me switch back. And here we go. Okay, so we've got everything all situated and going and working. Okay, now, so I've logged in here to get my API token. That's good. Here we go here. This is me skipping steps, but this is running in the background. Okay, good. So we should, if this worked, if I installed the Forge API, Forge CLI, I should be able to run Forge version. Go. There we go. Okay. We're there. So we've made progress. I'm going to clap. That's progress. I used to have a button on here that played the easy sound, and I don't know where it went. I'm going to put it back because this is like the right time for that. Easy. That was easy, right? Okay, so now here we go. I'm doing this. I need to create an API token. I need to enter a label to describe my token. And then once I click create, I need to copy it to the dialog. Now copy it to the clipboard. Now here's the thing. I don't want to show my token on screen. So you're going to look at my face again. I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to click create an API token. I'm going to put a name in here, right? So let's call this, November stream token. I appreciate that there's an expiration date, right? And that the expiration date is actually very short. That's really good from a security perspective. Most of the times, a lot of these platforms will do something that is like a year or 3 years out, which is very insane. But let's do this to the end of the month, because I'm going to assume that I'm going to stream again. And then we, can come back and fix this, right? I also like this note. Shout out to Atlassian. I really like these things. Tokens can last no longer than a year. Maybe it's because I worked for Okta. Let me transition. Let me speak clearly. Let me transition so that I can create the token. You all won't see it. Oh, check this out. This is cool. Check this out. You can see that the token was created, But you can't see the token unless I click a button. That's cool. I like that. Let me copy that. Okay. So the token is created. Now I need to do something called Forge login. Forge login. We're continuously working to improve the developer experience. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. That's not my email. Okay. Here we go. So if I paste and hit enter, look at that. Sweet. I like that. So I was able to enter my token. I was able to keep it hidden. We were able to do it live and in real time and in front of all of you. Shout out to Atlassian. Let me clap. Now, because I didn't properly fix the stream, I'm going to switch scenes very quickly. Next time, maybe I'll fix this, but I want to hit our friend Jay's question, because Jay's asked a really good question there. So Jay said, do the tokens renew on usage? I've done things like it expires in 30 days, but it will renew for another 30 if I use it. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I think it literally is you set an expiration date. At least that's been my experience so far. You set an expiration date, and then you get reminders that, like, if you don't fix it, if you don't need it, you get reminders that you've set the expiration date, and when that time is coming, that your token's going to expire, you need to create a new one, right? Let me see something really quickly. Yeah, right. So I can see, for instance, I'll show this to you. I can see that my token was created, that it was just accessed, and if I need to, I can revoke it. And I like this right here, revoke all tokens. So that way, if for some reason a token of mine has gotten out and I don't know which one it is, because once you use it, you very much cannot see it again unless you've saved it someplace. So you don't know if which one is, right? If you just need to revoke all of them, bam, one button click. Love that. So good question, Jay. Probably a nice feature ask, actually. Nice feature improvement. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah. Okay, so I did all of that. If a keychain isn't available, you can store your login email and token through the... Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's actually really smart for something like GitHub Actions, right? Where if a keychain isn't available, you can store your login email and token through environment variables, right? And then in CI environments, you can store these as secrets. So that way, if you're building and you just need an automatic deploy, and then this just works nicely. That's really cool. I have no idea that if this will work in PowerShell, but we'll come back to that. Now we've set up the CLI. We talked about the apps, right? There's Bitbucket, Confluence, Jira Service Manager, build an app compatible with Confluence and Jira. I started this by talking about Jira, so we're just gonna stay in the Jira world. But here's what I want to do. I want to eventually start to get us over into Visual Studio Code. And then I'm going to ask Code to do some things, right? Like we're going to figure out the MCP piece, and I'm going to ask Code to do some things. Now we got about 5 minutes until the halfway mark. So we're making good progress. I told you, we got a sick kid at the halfway mark. I'm going to go check on them. We're going to pay some bills. I need to do some announcements for things that we have going on, right? Make sure that I continue to check the box so that we keep the lights on, and then we'll be back. Okay, so let me give y'all the link for where I'm at right now. Let me drop this in chat for all to see. For the folks joining us on LinkedIn, I have to apologize because the way that my restream works, I can't comment out to LinkedIn, which sucks. Like I'd have to keep LinkedIn up. If I were smart, then I would have to, then I would have had LinkedIn already open and I would have commented in the thread, but I didn't think about that. My bad. But if you are wondering what it is that I am, where I'm at, I'm on the developer.atlassian site. I mean, you all can see the URL. Developer.atlassian.com, Platform Forge, and then there's just a bunch of fantastic things you can do. And yes, ironically, Q's joined us. Welcome to the stream. Joined us on Twitch. LinkedIn does have live streams. Yes, they do. Okay, so this page walks us through how to create a sample Forge app for Jira. There's 3 parts. One is getting the CLI commands in place that we need. The second is making calls into the Jira API. And then the third is using our UI kit. God, I need to make sure that the Zoom is set, but make sure y'all can see that. Yeah. The third is working with our UI kit. I haven't talked a lot about this, but Forge comes with its own UI kit. And those who know me know that I'm terrible with drawing things. I mean, horrid. So MCPs, our work with the MCP server may help us here. First thing I need to do, go create a cloud dev site. So let's go do that. Let's just go do that. And we're going to use the same account as I just used. So I'm excited about that. Oh, cool. Oh, so check this out. With our cloud dev bundle, you sign up to get free development sites of Atlassian's cloud products. Now, for now, this includes Jira, Jira Service Management, Confluence for free. I'm working on something. I can't say what, but there's something that I'm doing to try to get the cloud developer bundle access to a few more things. Stay tuned. TBD. To be continued. I should have said TBC. My bad. Anyways, let me go create our site. Let me do this. Let me not do that. Yeah, okay, so y'all won't see this, but shout out to Passkeys. Okay, and then let me just put that in there. Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, go to Confluence. And now this is my site, which is free for forever. So I've created this site. I can always build with this site and that domain forever. I think that's really cool. I really think that's cool. That's phenomenally cool. It's okay. Look, so they're building the site. You'll see it when it comes up, but I don't know if many developers realize that you could get your own development bundle, right? Where you can have everything. And I love what Bree said. Bree commented and said, hey, I love that there's flexibility to use the Forge UI kit or bring your own, right? Because you can bring your own UI to a Forge application. In fact, she and I were talking about a number of different things that we could build into Forge applications yesterday, because why not, right? I crazily had an idea last night about building a game show in Forge. I don't know why. In my head, it was in about 3 or 4 different places. So just leave me there. Leave me there, y'all. What do I want to try first? This doesn't really matter as much. I'm going to put whiteboards, but it doesn't really matter. Well, let's do live docs. Next, invite my teammates. I can skip that. And here we go. So now I've got my own Confluence, but I also have my own Jira. Wait, do I have access to Trello? I've got access to a Trello instance. Nice. This is actually really, really, really cool. Jira Service Management, Jira, Teams. This is really, really, really cool. Let me go see what the Jira instance looks like. Yeah, almost exactly as you would expect it, right? Completely bare bones, just a place for you to start and to get to work. So I love this. Okay, so we have our Confluence, we have our site. Let me close this out because I don't need that any longer. That's our Confluence, that's our Trello board, that's our Jira. I think we're just gonna stick with Jira for now. So I'm gonna close out the Confluence. And this is accessible, by the way. Like, y'all can go hit this if you want. Now, I'm not telling you to go do that. I'm just saying you can. Okay? It's the halfway mark. So let me pause for 2 seconds. Let me pay some bills very quickly, and then I'll be right back, okay? First bill to be paid. So did you all know Atlassian Developer Day, Bellevue? Go. Okay. Oh, look at this. Hey, shout out to AI. Kind of getting some things together. We're doing a Developer Day event. Did you all know that? We're doing a Developer Day event next week in Bellevue, Washington. Shout out. Actually, Danielle is going to be there. Bree is going to be there. We have two other amazing colleagues, Dugald and Ian. They are both going to be there spreading the Forge goodness. So if you can join us live and in person next week, we will be out in Bellevue, Washington. Yeah? Yeah. I went to one in Texas. It was really good. Like, the content was amazing. I went to one with another one of our colleagues, Melissa, and with Dugald, and fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because I get paid to say that. Like, it was really good. I learned a ton, and I was inspired. The developers who were there were like so locked in, and they all kept like coming up afterwards and so graciously, thank you, you know, so gracious. A really good time. So if you have the chance to make it there, at least, right, there's one more opportunity. That's for our folks in the U.S. Did you know? Okay, let me do this one more time. Did you know? Oh, wait. We're doing an Atlassian Developer Day in Berlin as well. Where is it? Where's the... Wait. No, wait, that's not the URL. Hold on. Let me see if I get the URL right. God bless me if I can remember the URL. Obviously, we've got some things to do. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why that didn't come up. So we're also doing one in Berlin in the, I guess that's the second week of December. Let me just double check, because it's December 9th. That's right. It's the second week in December. Yeah. So for our friends in Europe, specifically in the Berlin area, if you have the opportunity to join, you're very welcome to do so. Same thing. We'll have some fantastic colleagues there. I think, I'm pretty sure, okay, Danielle's going to correct me if I got this wrong. I'm pretty sure that Danielle's going to that one because as our fearless leader, she gets to jet set. And I'm saying it this way. I'm sure she's probably like, oh, it's not what you think it is, but she gets to jet set. So she'll be joining that one live and in person. I'm pretty sure. I won't be there. I have some things planned, right? So I won't be there. But I will still be streaming in the weeks leading up to and able to answer questions if folks have them. Okay, let me do one more thing to pay the bills, and then I promise you I'll be right back. Did you know? I swear to God, I gotta stop talking in this phrase. Oh yeah, look, that's my blog. Okay, so we have a thing going on right now called, actually I'm just gonna click on the blog because I wrote it. We have a thing going on right now called Codegeist. Did you know that Atlassian hosts an annual hackathon called Codegeist? And it's happening right now. Did you know? Yeah. So we've just kicked off an amazing hackathon. And I got to be really honest. I am really excited about this. Like, if I could participate, I probably would. I can't participate because I work for the company. But there is an amazing hackathon that they have going on through, oh God, what's the deadline? Here we go. December 22nd. Yes. Yeah. At some point I was a genius and I put some wording in here. Shout out to SEO. For those who want to get started, you can absolutely join us here at DevPost. We're giving away up to $120,000 US in prizes. This is like, I've worked with companies where we did not give away money and prizes. We're doing some fantastic things. So let me take this. Let me also drop this into the chat. If only I could type. Okay, and with that, listen, I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. It's now 25 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. So 20 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm just going to get some water. I'm going to go check on the small person. We're going to come back. We're going to get our MCP server connected up. Maybe start to build some things and see what happens. Okay? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hey friends, we're back. I was gonna cheer for that, but then I decided not to. I started vibing out to the music. Let me turn the music down. Checked in on the little one. She's okay. She's hanging in there. And now we're getting back to it. We were just literally getting started with our app. We've got the CLI installed. We got a token installed. We got a cloud environment created. Let's keep going. Okay, I did something in the background. So I did do something in the background. I searched for Atlassian Forge MCP, and I appreciate that in most all instances, like the official source is the first result. I love that. That's good SEO. Yeah. So I have this in the background because we have to do this as a setup step as well. Like there's some setup stuff we have to do. But before we do that, let's go create an app. So create an app based on the Jira issue panel template. When you create a new app, oh wait, I got to make that wider. We got to make our, okay, feedback for us. We got to make our UIs responsive. Good feedback. When you create a new app, Forge will prompt you to set a default environment. In this tutorial, we use the development environment. Learn more about the staging and production. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to learn about that right now. Let's navigate to the directory where we want to create the app. So I'm going to cd into d/code/POCs. That's my proof of concepts folder. I'm going to create a new folder called Forge on stream. And then I'm going to cd into Forge on stream. Okay, that's the directory where I want to create the app. Okay. Then we're going to run Forge create. You know, it's very slow. It's shocking, actually. Let's call the same thing. Let's call the app the same thing. Forge on stream. And then let's go Jira. Oh, wait. I just picked Jira just out of habit because I know we're doing something with Jira. I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's go see what the steps say. Select Jira as the Atlassian app. Then it says select the UI kit. Oh, okay. So this is, remember I told you you could bring your own UI kit or you could use ours. This is where you get to select that. The other thing is I see these triggers and validators. I've done one code sample with triggers and validators because I was trying to see if I could connect .NET to a Forge app. And I was really close, but then I got distracted with something else. Disregard. We'll come back to that. UI kit. Okay. Then select the Jira issue panel template. So every time you build an app, and obviously you're determining what you're going to do with the UI, then there's a question of, well, which template do you want to start with from the Forge app templates, right? So we're going to use the Jira issue panel one. There's a lot of templates though. Look at this. You can build apps for all these things. My God, that's powerful. Okay, so I'm in there. Okay, so we're downloading a template, we're registering an app, we're creating environments, installing dependencies. What else are we doing? What else are we doing? Okay, so we're installing dependencies. Come on, background music. Thanks for filling the space. The app we'll create will display an issue panel on all Jira issues. Oh, got it. So anytime you create a Jira issue, there'll be a panel that'll show up on the side there, and it'll have a function that provides the contents of the panel. And remember I told y'all everything uses Node, right? So because it uses Node, there is some sort of .js file somewhere in here. There it goes. There it goes. And then we got JSX, and I'll kind of explain what that is, but I'll see if our documentation explains it as well. If anyone who's watching is a React developer, you'll understand this, right? But if you're not, we'll talk a little bit about what this is after this all finishes, because I want this to finish first. And we're gonna go. I thought we would go about an hour. We'll go a little bit past the top of the hour. We got about 16 minutes to the top of the hour. Oh, here we go. Okay, good. Your app is ready to work on work on deploy and install. We created 3 environments that you can deploy to: production, staging, and development. Change to directory Forge on stream. So if I go dir cd Forge on stream, okay, I need to fix that. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Code PLCs Forge on stream. Forge on stream. Okay, so I'm gonna move everything up a parent directory so that way we're not embedded in Forge on stream. Forge on stream. Okay, then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna pull the terminal back up, and let me pull this back over to the big screen. Let's go here. Let's cd there. Okay, good. Code dot. And now I'm going to open this in Visual Studio Code. Now, I did not update my code, so I have a feeling that I'm probably behind on the times. So let's go see. There's some extensions that got to get updated. Let's let these do what they do. Once they finish, we'll restart Visual Studio Code, and then we'll start connecting up the MCP server. And I have some deprecated extensions. Oh, yeah. I can uninstall that. That's been deprecated for some time, actually. But we're not ready yet. We still have more to install. So once they finish, we'll restart the extensions. But you can see that my folder structure is just here. And let me just make sure that this is the right size. It kind of is. You can see my folder structure right here. So all those JS files are just over here. I like that we have an agents file. I didn't realize that we had an agents file. That's actually new to me. I like that we have the README. There's a ton here that's good to like just straight out of the box. We'll talk about it. This is doing its thing, blah, 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 blah. I'm just waiting for the extensions. And let me make that big. I want to make sure that y'all can see. Okay, good. So this is now updated all of our extensions. Now let's talk about what we have. And this does a good job, I think, of explaining it as well, where it says the app will display an issue panel. Because it uses Node.js, it has the following structure. Let's have a look at what these files are. So the manifest, here it goes, manifest.yaml. This is a YAML file, right? So you just know you got to be really careful about your spaces and your indents because of how YAML works, right? But this is what describes your application. So this is the unique key for your issue panel. the resource that it points to. This is the function that it points to in the resolvers, right? It's the resolver function, how the render works, what the title of it is, any icons that you're using. This is the main resolver function for your Forge app. Additional resources, and then the app runtime, so that it knows how to actually run this up in Atlassian's environment. Now, this is me paraphrasing based on everything that's on this page and what I've learned. Watch this. Describes your app. This file contains the name and ID of the app, the app permissions. I missed that part. The app permissions and the modules the app uses. I missed that part. My bad. You can learn more, obviously, by reading that documentation. That's good. The package JSON is the Node.js metadata. So that is not that one. Any specific packages that you need for your app, right? You can pull them in here, and you can see there's already some that we have. Specifically, the React ones are really interesting. The package lock JSON. This works the exact same way you would expect any package lock JSON file to work. README is the same, right? Information about the app. Then you have the front end, right? So this is where you write the application with which the user interacts. And then index, which is where you write the back end, right? Those resolver functions. If you were using a custom UI, that's where this gets interesting. We're not in this case, so I'm not going to say anything about it. Okay, so we've got an app. We've got some code to go play with. Before we do that, let's go get MCP set up. The Forge MCP server is remote. MCP server that exposes authoritative Forge and Atlassian Cloud to code and agents, AI-powered IDEs. Thank you. What you can do with it, information about building Forge apps, recommend the right modules, manifest shapes, right? So if you need to update the manifest, it'll give you some suggestions. If you need to include additional scopes, like say, for instance, you need to call an API, that's where that gets interesting. Or if you need to update your resolver functions, those back-end patterns, that gets interesting. The manifest guidance helps with manifest structure, scopes, and permissions. Yep, that makes sense. If there's something that you're doing wrong, right? The Forge document search, right? And then agent-friendly API. So we structure results so that agents can turn the guidance into working code. And that's where this gets interesting. I didn't realize that we had an agents.md file. This is new. So I am very curious to see how this will make a difference. But let's go connect this up. What's not included, prerequisites, connect to that. Nope. Yes. Add a mcp.json file manually, create an MCP in your workspace home directly. So let's just do this. And I have to move it. So let's just move it there. Oh, crud. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, wait, leave it there. Minimize. Do it again. There it goes. Okay. Then I need to grab this. Save that. And then I need to do what? And that's it. I love the simplicity of that. I can't name a certain other company, but a certain other company had an MCP server, and setting it up was never that easy. Create a Confluence macro that shows a pie chart of Jira issues by status. Use the Forge MCP tools, right? Interesting. I'm going to change this. Let me take this. Let's just see what happens. I don't know why 158 are selected, but whatever. Let's just see what happens. So let me. Oh, you can't see this because it's behind my face. Let me move my face out the way. So let me just do this. Okay. So now you can just hear me. It's like, the voice of something. But yeah. Okay. So create a Jira issues app that That's it. I just have it doing a Jira Issues panel app that can tell me a funny joke, just to start, right? It shouldn't require us to do things that call out to the web. It may try to call out to an API, and then we may have to take into account the scopes thing. I left the last sentence. I just want to see what happens. And I'm using Claude Sonnet 4. Let's just go auto. Why not? Let's just see what happens. Oh, wait. Using my current project. Okay, good. Because I don't want it to go create net new. Okay, go. Let's go see what happens. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Or did we go? Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're kind of getting there. Maybe that's the reason why it says don't select more than 128. If only Corey listened to Visual Studio Code telling him what exactly to do. Who knew that was a good idea? Let me bring my face back on screen. Who knew that would be a good idea? Let's see what happens. Okay. Use two references. Oh, I bet you this agents.md file is throwing something off. I need to read what's in there. I'm telling you, I didn't expect to see that. Whoa. Ooh. Look at that. Look. Need to implement a Forge app. Forge on Stream Workspace. Jira Issues panel. Tell a funny joke. Adapt the app's UI kit and ensure it follows the latest Forge documentation. Create a plan using to-do list tool and gather context from the files. Need to adhere to the Forge CLI rules in the agents. I told you I had to read what was in that file. Must run commands from the app root and use non-interactive flags during deploys. I'll modify the manifest to define a Jira issue panel. Correct module key seems to be Jira issue panel. Okay, so it's doing the right things. It's finding the right things. Let me see. Have a general tools list that includes. I don't know what that is. Yeah, we don't need that for Forge. Okay, so it's moving in the right direction, and I like this to-dos. Check this out. Yeah. It's doing a lot of things. Good Lord. Look at all this that it's updating. All because it's just reviewing things. So watch this. Yeah, let's allow that. Watch this. Because I'm just gonna blindly accept things, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know why it wants to do that, but let's just see. I don't think I actually did an npm install, and I'm probably gonna have to do some upgrades. But I wonder if it's gonna figure that out. I don't mind waiting. We're live on stream. I don't mind waiting. Okay. Usually I would say let's not wait, but I don't mind waiting. But behind me, which you all can't see, it says that there were 2 files changed, of which they added 80 lines and took away 12 lines. So let's take a look at some of the changes. Yeah, see, look, they've already started doing a bunch of things. This is fascinating. Fascinating. Go ahead, run the linter. Let's make sure that we're writing good Forge code. Of course Forge is installed. Why didn't Forge lint run? No issues found from the linter. Ooh, okay. So Forge deploy. They now think that the code is good enough. So let me keep a bunch of things. Hold on. Let me just keep a bunch of changes. Okay. They think that the code is good enough that we can just deploy it into my cloud developer environment. Okay. Watch this. I don't know where it got those deployment flags from. I really don't. And it's that it's because they're trying to specify the environment, but I don't think they need to. I think because it's development by default. Look at this. It's deploying our file. So it's created this app. I haven't done anything other than giving it direction. We could go back and review all the changes that it made, but I've just given it direction. Now, what's interesting is it hasn't updated any of these to-dos. So there's probably a bug somewhere in there because the to-dos are still to-doed or they need to be done. But it's doing some things. It's doing some things. Oh, now it's updated. Now it's updated because it actually did all of the things. So I'm glad that it figured that out. That's funny, actually. I have to change the song. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Oh, I love that. Oh, okay. Let's go see what all is in here. Here we go. So let me take my face off screen. I'm just going to be reading for a little bit. Give me 1 second. Because it says, just as we're at the top of the hour too, it says kicking off your Jira issue panel that dishes out developer jokes. I'll wire up blah, 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 validate the app, deploy it to your development environment. Let's forge ahead. Get it? Forge ahead. Anyways, read your current app setup. I read your current app setup and confirmed that it's already a UI kit to Jira issue panel. So that's good. It was able to recognize from our existing application that it was already there. Implemented a resolver endpoint. Now, where did they put the resolver? Let's go find out. Implemented a resolver endpoint that returns a random family-friendly joke without needing external APIs or extra scopes. This was important, and I had said this. If we were going to call into an API, we'd have to update the scopes. And so it legitimately just came up with some jokes. What did the git commit say to the push? You complete me. Replace the front end with a simple UI kit. Now let's go take a look at that. So we have our own UI kit, right? That has a number of different components for you to use, right? And this is where you're starting to see things like the button, the heading, the stack, the text, the section message. All of this is in here and being used in the same way that you would see in React. It's built on top of React, so you can easily see this, right? And it makes a ton of sense if you're a React developer, right? I like that it told us which files it changed. I knew where to go, so I'm glad about that. We've already installed it, so now let's go see if it actually works. I'm going to go to our developer environment, corielweathers.atlassian.net. I'm going to here. Okay, we're going to create a space. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, sure, let's just do that. Okay, fine. Corey's stream space. CSS, love that. Team, I don't know, software development. Let's do restricted, because I don't trust you people on the internet, okay? Sure, let's create that project. Let's just continue the space. And we don't need to change that. This feels wrong to me. Why does this feel wrong to me? 1 second. There should have just been a project here. I don't want to do any of that. Yeah, there should have just been a project. I think I did the wrong thing. So hold on. Let me go fix that. Let's come back here. Let's go back there. Get rid of that. Okay. Then let's come back there. There we go. I did the wrong thing. We don't need to bring the team along. We don't need to connect to work. Okay, here we go. Now let me go create something. Corey's test item. Okay. And now, okay, good. So if I come here, okay, here's my panel. Oh, get out of here. You're in the way. Now, interesting. It didn't show up. I thought they deployed it. I'm very sure that I thought they deployed it. That is so bizarre. Let me go see something. Oh. You know what I did not see? That. I saw Forge deploy. I did not see Forge install. Let me go see. Because it says that it was ready to use. So let me just go double check. Well, you know what? Hold on. Instead of doing all that, let's just go fix this. Yeah, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Watch this. Forge install. Hey, Steven said the same. Projects or spaces this week. That's right. That's right. And welcome. It's good to see you, Steven. Atlassian.net. Okay. So my app is now installed. Let's go see. Because it was deployed. Now it should work. So if I get rid of that and then just do another one, and another one. I shouldn't have did that so easily. That was actually quite easy. I still don't see my app. That's whack. So if I had seen my app, it would have shown up here on the side, you know, as a joke app. That's what it was meant to do, meant to show up as a joke app. So we've busted it. How I've busted it, the Lord knows. Oh wait, y'all can't see my face either. Let me pull my face back on screen. Yeah, y'all can't see my face, but yeah, if we had done this, it would have shown up here just on screen. So the fact that it's not there is a problem. Now I gotta figure out how I broke this. Because, you know, trusted GitHub, MCP, and that didn't work. If you don't intend to test your app, we strongly recommend. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay, so let me go see what the instructions said in the tutorial. Yeah, we don't need to do that. I did that. Oh, let me try something. I'm going to try a Forge tunnel, and I'm going to see if that works. What Forge tunnel does is it sets up a direct tunnel for my code, such that like if I make changes in the code and then I save it, it'll go ahead directly into the environment. It'll go ahead and automatically push it. Okay, so it says it's listening for requests, which is what you want to see. So now if I come back here, don't care about that. If I come back here and I go back to stream space, I have a feeling I know what this is. I have a feeling I know what this is. And another 2. Yeah, so it should have tried to make a request here. This tells me that the app isn't actually installed, which is very bizarre because we saw it do it. And the panel should just be there. So once it stops the tunnel, see, this sucks. I thought this was going to work and everything was just going to be brilliant. And then I would say, okay, great. I see y'all next week. We'll see what happens. I have like, I don't know, call it like 5 minutes left because I have to go pick up a child, the other child from school. Let me go try something. I'm going to run a Forge deploy. And I want to go see what happens. It's going to run the linter and repackage the app. I'm not going to change anything. Typically, the way you test these apps is by doing that. You deploy it, you install it, and then you go check and see that it deployed. And usually you'll see an error. Okay. Oops, my bad. Upgrade. My bad. My bad. Didn't mean to do that. My bad. Okay. So the install should have worked. So now if I come on back, and I'm just creating items because it doesn't matter. It's not going to make a difference. because this is just a test environment. So let's go, and another 3. Right, and then I hit that. Yeah, my issue panel isn't showing up. I know. That's whack. Okay, now I have to troubleshoot this offline, which means now I have to come back. Okay, so let me check something real quick. Hold on. Let me change scenes. Okay. Let me change scenes. And let me check something real quick. Because now I have to look at my calendar. Now I owe y'all an answer. So let me look at my calendar and see when I can come back so y'all can see when and how this is going to work. Okay, so here's when I'm coming back, okay? Today's Wednesday. No, I can't do it tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. We will likely be back tomorrow around 12 p.m. Eastern, okay? Okay? I want to figure out what happened, what broke, why it broke, how it broke. And then I want to fix it. And I want to fix it live on stream. I do not want to fix it off stream. So this keeps it real. It keeps it live. It keeps us learning, okay? In the meantime, I'm leaving because I have to go pick up a child. I have one more child in school who is going to be getting out of school in about, let's call it 25 to 30 minutes. So we're going to do some things. But I love that y'all joined me today. Thank you so much. I'm sad that it didn't work. Boo about that. This is part of why we do it live, is because we need to, do it live. So I'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned. Tell your friends, bring a friend, and let's build some Atlassian Forge apps together. Yeah, friends? With that, it is your boy, Corey L. Weather, saying peace, friends. I'm out of here. See y'all later. Oh, for our friends watching on Twitch, we will not be raiding over to another channel. So once I wrap this up, we're all done. But with that, friends, I'll see you all later. Ciao.